Hello, I'm Sarah. Today I'm going to show you how to make your own journal, and I've sent you all the supplies that you'll need in your pack, so let's get into it. The first thing you'll need is to cut your paper. So I've sent you full A4 sheets of cartridge paper. What you're going to need to do is cut them in half. You want to fold them all in half. You want to do it one by one. And I know that seems silly, but trust me, you do get a better result. Okay, so now that all 8 pieces are folded, and this is where you're gonna go, really? We're just gonna put them all back inside each other. And then what you'll have, it's not very many like actual official book binding terms that I know, but one I do know is that this, all your pages together, is called a signature. So you've now got the inside of your book ready to go. Open it back out. You'll need a ruler. I've done a few of these, so I'm just going to give you the measurements. Make holes at 1.5, 3, 4.5 and 6 centimeters on one side, and on the other side go back the other way. So you can flip your ruler over and do it this way, or you can just go to 13.5 to 12 to 10.5 and 9. Alright, so you've marked out, these are going to be your holes that you're going to punch through. This is where you need a sharp thing. I have an awl, which if anyone in your family is into sewing, they might have one. Or you can use a nice heavy needle, like a darning needle. Darning needles are really good because they're nice and thick and strong, and they're also sharp. They're regular sewing needles we find, but punching through 8 pieces of paper at once, you might have a little bit of trouble with it. Just something sharp and round and pointy. So you're going to take your pointy thing, your sharp thing, and you're going to pierce all the way through the pages on those marks you just made. So, bam, 1, and try and hold all your pages nice and together. So that, again. Okay, so now you've made your holes all the way through the signature. I've given you guys all one of these sort of cardstock sheets, which is 15 centimeters by 30 centimeters. This is for your cover. And I did it like this. I know it seems silly because you're like, oh, there's going to be so much hangover. Go with me on this. We're going to make it so that it has a nice little fold over to keep it all together. What you want to do is measure up probably like somewhere between 1/2 centimeter and a whole centimeter of excess over the edge. Can you see that okay? Once you've got it all nice and lined up, so everything's all flush against edges, take your sharp thing and you're going to poke the holes through, back through the signature and through the cover as well, and try and make sure that you're keeping it nice and straight. Yeah. Otherwise when you go to sew it, it'll end up being all wonky. I make no guarantees. I'm doing this pretty quickly. But you've got time. Take your time. Okay, so we've punched all our holes. They've gone all the way through there. You need to get yourself a length of thread and a sewing needle. You can use a metal one if you have it, or I've sent everybody a plastic needle. So you thread your needle, then you want to tie a little knot in the other end. Word up, it's not actually going to do a whole lot, but it's more of a marker for you. So, nice little overhand knot in the end. We're going to start by going through the end hole, like the closest to this end. We're going to go from the outside, so from the cover side. And you want to just poke the needle all the way through the cover and the signature. Like this. And then pull it until that knot is just on the out, just touching the outside. If you pull it hard, it'll suck the knot right through. So just pull it until it gets to that point and then leave it. The next stitch, you're going to put through the inside. So the next hole down, put it through the inside and out through the cover. And be careful when you pull this one, because if you pull this one too tight, it will also pull the knot all the way through. So just pull it gently so that it's tight inside, but not till you've pulled it too hard. Okay, next hole along, go back through the cover and the signature. So we come up again through the inside and then back down through this last hole to the cover. All right, so we've reached the end of those 4 holes. We're going to go back through, but go back down. So we're going towards the edge the way we've already come, into that 3rd hole, back through the cover and the signature. Okay, and you can start pulling these stitches nice and tight now. And then back down through the 2nd hole. And then hold your knot out of the way. Like just hold that end down flat. And you're going to go back through this hole into the signature and pull it up. To secure it, and this is really clever, I think this is quite cool, you're going to pass the needle under that first stitch. So pass it under the first stitch and pull it through. So you've got a nice big loop on here, and you're going to put the needle through that loop. Put your finger on it and then pull it tight. So you've got a knot there. So once you've tied your knot off, you're going to put the needle back through that top one, pull it through, and this time you do want to pull the knot through to the other side, because then it's formed a nice loop and you can just snip it off and that side is done. You can go ahead and do the other side exactly the same way. So now it's all sewn up, and it looks really nice on the opposite side too. It's got some good contrasting thread, which hopefully I sent all of you guys something contrasting. Lay it down flat on your table again and just fold it closed like this. Maybe give it a good press. And then you can take this side and fold it over the top to create a little fold over cover on your journal. As I said, if you're keen on bookbinding and you want to learn more about it, please let me know, because I'm really keen to learn more about it as well and try some different ways of binding. This way of binding is called saddle stitch, and it's like incredibly simple for a one signature book. Anyway, I hope you had a fun time, and see you again soon. Bye.